All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Peter with another edition of Dollar Bin Digging. Now, last week brought us the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or how it ended, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I thought it was a great series, but it did leave us with a lot of open questions. So I thought this week, let's take a look at some of those little threads that they didn't completely wrap up, and maybe even get into a little bit of wild speculation on where we might go from here. That being said, please like, subscribe, hit the alert button for my channel so you don't miss any of the content that I've got dropping almost every day now. And if you haven't taken advantage of entering my free giveaway, please do yourself a favor. I've got about 25 entries so far, but there's still a few days left. So take the time, watch the video on the front of my channel that'll explain to you exactly what you need to do to enter, and get yourself a chance to get some sold out, hard to find variants for High Republic 4 from my friends at Comic Book Exclusives. It's an easy way to do it. I'm not asking a lot. It's basically follow me on Instagram, follow Comic Book Exclusive on Instagram, and subscribe to my channel. And that's really it. And not hard at all. So do yourself a favor, put your name in the hat so you got a shot at it, because why not? And I'm also going to give away a little runner-up prize as well, but I haven't decided exactly what that's going to be just yet. But I got a few things lying around here that I could give away. So just hang on for a few seconds, and we'll be right back with the books. All right, so as I said, trying not to spoil things. If you hadn't watched, all of Falcon and the Winter Soldier already, well, I don't know what you were waiting for. It's been a week. You probably should have wrapped it up by now. So, as we know, at the end of this, Sam had decided to take on the mantle of Captain America, and it's about time. We've all seen this coming. It wasn't really a surprise. We've seen toy image releases, letting us know that this was actually on its way. So, again, shouldn't really be shocked by this, but I am still excited and happy that they are already announced the Captain America 4, and I am looking forward to that, even though I'm not exactly sure what they might tackle in that movie just yet. So what are we looking at then with some of these open threads? I mean, we had that little mid-credit scene, I guess you want to say, or that little after-credit scene with Sharon Carter, basically showing that, she's not really all on the side of the Angels. I mean, she's apparently the power broker, even though it doesn't make 100% sense that it would be her. I would still think she's working for somebody else or connected to something even bigger than herself, but we'll get back to her. Outside of that, we also got that nice little tease with Valentina Contessa DeFontaine, if I'm saying her name correctly, and U.S. Agent. Like, I thought that was really cool. So I figure we'll take a look at that real fast as well. Just a lot of fun things and what we could actually see going forward. So we're going to go with that USA Agent as our first book here. And that scene was just really cool. It's him coming out with the black Captain America suit and basically even pointing it out, hey, it's black. Like, that's all it is. It's a black suit. But it still looked fantastic, I got to say. And Wyatt Russell really actually did play the character pretty well, despite the fact that it was really limited. Like, they made him, quick turn throughout that series, which probably could have benefited from like another episode or two to kind of stretch some of those storylines out a little bit. But that being said, I still think he did a heck of a job, and I look forward to seeing more of John Walker, personally. But seeing him, in that outfit with I'm back, like, that obviously makes you think of Captain America, 354, and that cover. I mean, that book spiked immediately when that episode aired, and it makes sense. But as my buddy Jason Shaw had pointed out, that's not actually the first we see of U.S. Agent. Just a few weeks before, at the tail end of West Coast Avengers 44, he actually appears in as USA Agent, and showing up, on the doorstep of Avengers, mansion there. So that's like one of those weird little Hulk 180, Avengers 194 kind of cameo, last page, Amazing Spider-Man 299, first appearances before, he shows up on the cover, and that's the issue that everybody wants. But just as a fun little tidbit and something you can still probably find in those dollar bins, I'd look for that West Coast Avengers, because despite WandaVision clearing out most of that West Coast Avengers books from most of these bins, this was one that might have been skipped over, even though it does kind of tie into that rebuilding, Vision storyline that they had going. But John Walker showing up at the end was still pretty cool. As like I said, they kind of tease it over a couple of panels, and then you get that big last page, reveal that there he is, and he's basically joining the team at that point. So just a fun little tidbit. I didn't know that he was in that book, and again, it came out a couple of weeks before that Cap book, from what my research tells me. So it actually is his first, and thanks again to Jason for pointing that one out. So let's get back to Sharon Carter with our next pick. I thought it was pretty cool at the end, revealing her to be a villain. But I'm not 100% sold that that's actually Sharon Carter. I know I've seen this rumor out there on the interwebs as well, and I'm kind of buying into it. I thought of it myself, and I think it makes a lot of sense that it might not be her. I mean, with the blip, we don't know what happened. It makes no sense for her character to really break bad in that fashion, as as gung-ho as she was for Cap and being related to Peggy Carter. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for this to be a true, heel turn. That said, who's to say she's not a Skrull, right? That makes a whole lot of sense to me, that she got swapped and replaced somewhere along the way in that blip time, and this Skrull has basically been, running the show behind the scenes as her gaining power. And that makes me think a lot of that, what is it? I think it's Princess Varanki. I don't know if I'm saying the name properly, from New Avengers 40, has a possibility here. Now, I realize in that issue, she actually, takes over Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. But I don't think Marvel's going to go that way with Spider-Woman. It won't make a whole lot of sense for them to introduce Jessica Drew and have to deal with the who owns her, who doesn't own her, with Sony's rights, with the Spider characters. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But she is related to S.H.I.E.L.D. She is technically, connected in that way. So swapping her out for Sharon Carter makes a lot of sense to me, for them to just take her out, swap her in, and basically run a similar storyline for Secret Invasion. As again, this is not my unique idea. A lot of people have been saying this, and I just think it makes a whole lot of sense. So way back, I told, a reader actually suggested that New Avengers 42nd print is one to go look for. And that book is really taken off. That's over $100 now, some of the asking prices for that thing. So if you find it, good on you. That's a tough book to find. But you can still sometimes sneak those the first prints of New Avengers 40. So I would keep an eye out for those, because you still get, that first appearance of her, Queen Varanki. And again, I think that's who she might be. I think that's who it might end up being, at the end. You can see the nice little reveal inside that story. So keep an eye out for that regular New Avengers 40, because they're still out there. They still sell pretty well. I'm not going to say that they don't, and they're not going to be in every box, but it's still something, to keep an eye out for, because as you're flipping through those New Avengers books, there's not a whole heck of a lot to look for. So keep an eye out for number 40, because it's worth it. I frequently grab 41 by accident thinking it's 40 because the covers are very similar. And I've grabbed a lot of 41s thinking they were 40s over my times digging in the boxes, because, sometimes you make simple mistakes. But again, cool character. I really think they swap, this, Jessica Drew out for Sharon Carter here, because, again, it just makes too much sense to not do it that way. But that being said, let's just move this on and let's go to Valentina. So happy to see Elaine Bennett showing up here in the MCU. That made me smile. It made me grin, and I think she's going to do a heck of a job playing this character. I like the ties to Nick Fury. I like the callbacks that we could be getting there, and it's going to be interesting going forward. It's going to be weird, like she said. Now, her first appearance again, way back in Strange Tales. What is that, 159? So I'm not going to find that in the dollar bin, but just good information to have. Good information to have. And a lot of people have been looking and hunting for this Secret Warriors 2, which is, Madam Hydra coming back or being introduced in this issue of Secret Warriors. And that is definitely a good book to pick up. Again, Madam Hydra, the character shows up in a few panels. There is a little introduction, but you don't know who is under that mask at this time in this storyline. I picked up nearly the entire run of Secret Warriors the last couple of days because I really like this series. It's a good read. It's a good run. I'm interested, and I think they might mine this for some material going forward. So I think this is a good series to keep an eye out for, even though some of the issues are a little pricey already. Not a lot, but still, they're starting to go up, people hunting for them. This issue 2 being one of them. The next one also to keep an eye out for is the issue 6, which I have right here, which actually shows that reveal of who Madam Hydra is, and it is Valentina. Contessa de Fontaine, I think, again. I could be saying her name completely wrong and looking like an idiot, but that's how I remember it. We'll just call her Val, even though she doesn't like it. So issue 6 is another one to keep that eye out for. But another one I think that's worth, scoping through those boxes for is issue 11. Because in this issue, you see some ties and the first appearance of this group called, Leviathan, which she ends up being connected to as well. And Leviathan is an organization that's, run through the Soviet Union, and is a real possibility, I think, that we could tie together Valentina with the Black Widow movie through maybe this group. Like maybe this isn't going to Hydra. Maybe they're not going to retread, make her Madam Hydra. Maybe they're going to connect her more through, this different group, Leviathan. Similar situation, another AIM, another, evil organization, if you will. But have them being tied to that Soviet Union and what we may be seeing in the Black Widow movie, that also makes a lot of sense to me, to connect those threads. And maybe we see some carryover between characters. Maybe we get a little bit of history with Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova. A lot of options going forward. Also lending a lot of credence to the possible team she might be building with USA Agent, and maybe she brings in her own Black Widow with Yelena Belova. A lot of possibilities here. But that issue 11 is another one to keep an eye out for, because, again, this is the first appearance of that Leviathan group, and I think it's a good tie. I definitely think it's a good tie. That being said, that's all I got for you this week. Just a few little things, some wild, crazy ideas that are floating around on the internet and also coming out of my head, just to share with you guys. So hopefully you're liking, this content. Please like, subscribe, hit that alert button. Make sure you sign up for the contest, get your entry in. You got until Monday, because I want to announce the winner by May the 4th, since we're talking about Star Wars books after all. So why not undo that announcement for May the 4th and let you know, who's going to get those free books, right? So again, a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Please let me know what you like and don't like in the comments, and I'll see you guys, next time.